My friends, welcome. No, hang on. I'm TrAsh. It's not Mars. Here for a Armada unboxing. Luckily for me today, I have the Separatist Alliance fleet starter for Star Wars Armada. Picked this up last night. We were going to do an unboxing last night. However, Dancing Monkey's first night back decided to break the camera. So let's get into it. Let's have a look what is in here. You can see those pretty ships there, as well as my beautiful face in the background. Oh, so let's get these ships first. Oh. So they look amazing in the box. So let's see how they come out. Oh, geez. Don't break. Just get out of the box. Oh, how about this one? This one might be easier. There we go. Alrighty. There it is. There's a Hardsell. Really nice detail. Really like the coloration on this one. Really nice. I'll just spin around so we can get a good look at it. Really nice. Small base ship. You get two of them. It's quite nice. I'll see if I can get the other one out. Let's put that one down there. Oh, there we go. There's the second one out. The second of the Hardcells. See some real nice detail on the back there if you can get it in shot properly. Very nice looking ship for the first wave for the Separatists. And then their medium base ship. Whoa, another one that's a bit tough to get out. There we go. I'll just get rid of that. There it is. Again, really nice sculpt here. Whole lot of detail. As you can see, we'll get a bit closer. Around the side. And even, you probably can't see it great there on camera. Even this small detail here, just kind of underneath and in is really nice. So that little bit of extra attention to detail they've put into the model there. There's the bottom. Roll around to the other side. Same level of detail, even under the wings here, under the main body. So that's the medium base. All right, so there's the ships. It's quite a heavy box actually. We'll get into the other side of things because there is a whole bunch in here. I'll just move these out of the way for now. Spin my camera around. Tell I'm a rookie at this. And out comes everything you need for Game of Armada. So, dice. There's the pins for the bases. 3 reds, 3 blues, 3 blacks. Movement tool, all the dials you need there. Medium base. And some small bases. Deck of cards, we'll go through them. And squadrons. Notice that the Separatists plastic is actually blue. Those played first editions to Rebels and Empire will know their various shades of grey. Oh no, FFG. Fortunately, one of the droids is already broken. Gonna have to do a repair job on that one. It shouldn't be too hard. It looks like a pretty clean snap on that little fella. I'll be able to fix that pretty easily. But there's the little vultures. Pretty standard sculpt really for squadrons. A little bit of detail, not heaps. You can't really see it with the blue plastic, but we'll for those that paint, you can get those little bits of details out that make them pop a little bit more. But pretty nice apart from that little broken one. So yeah, so you get 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. So I'll just push them to the side. There's the small bases. I think I went over. Your learn to play. So if you're just getting into the game, now's a great time to get in the game, especially with these new fleet starters. Get a decent amount of points out of them. Just playing around, haven't looked at what cards actually come in it, but you can get, you know, close to a 300 point list. So get this one, get the Republic, and you can have some nice little 200 point battles. Everything you need, how to prepare, tokens, set shields. So all your veteran players, this one can just go in the bin. But if you're new to the game, definitely handy to have a flick through. Takes you through basic phases of the game, how to set up, all that wonderful stuff. Won't bore you with this, but nice little attack example. And then into your expanded rules, your line of sight, what your different upgrade icons mean, objectives, all that fun stuff to actually play a game of Armada. Then the cardboard, nothing crazy here. You got your range ruler, all your shield dials, your cardboard for the ships, objective markers, raid tokens, set up squares, your squadrons. I might actually give this one an open. I'll get the actual ships on their bases. Open this up. Always nice to get some more raid tokens. I'm lucky I've got plenty because I managed to get some from our good friends over at Recon Tokens. But there's another nice set of tokens underneath. All your obstacles you need. Pass tokens for the new pass mechanic. And there's the bottom of that first one with the range rulers. So I'll get these out of the way. So there's the medium, which is the Munificent, and then the two Hardcells. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Let's get them on their bases. So this, I won't set up all the shield dials, that will take forever, and no one wants to see me just set up some shield dials. So the Munificent, there we go, on its base. I don't know if anyone's talked about it, but I'm not here to talk about everything, but this this arc is actually quite nice. I feel like it'd be quite easy to get that double arc on a ship with all these reds. Yeah, that looks quite friendly to the user. Nice and broad, but then you can see it doesn't quite go all the way to the end. It's a slightly narrower front. I imagine if you lined up just slightly off center with a ship, you'll easily get a double arc on that. So there's that one. Then the two Hardcells. Get rid of that. Oop. First one. And there's the arc on that one. Quite a broad front and rear, quite narrow sides. And other one, flip that over to the right way. I know how to play Armada, relax. And there we go. There's a nice little starter fleet right there on its bases. For me, I wasn't actually interested in Separatists at first. I was all about the Republic. However, I started having a look at the ships and the way you build lists, and kind of drew me towards this. So yeah, here we are. All right, I suppose we should crack on to some cards now. I'll just slightly move them up a bit so you can still just see their noses. Let's get into this nice hefty deck of cards here. Whoa. So, alrighty. So let's just filter. So we've got a damage deck here. The bigger size for those Armada players. We're used to the small mini decks. this is actually the same size as a squadron. So the smaller card, but not the big one. So yeah, slightly bigger damage deck, but it's all there. I actually don't mind this damage deck, even though it's the bigger one. I actually quite like the darker color, the worn, how it looks all worn, and even the color, like through just a little detail, is quite nice. All numbered like any other damage deck. 52 damage cards. What else we got here? We got some objectives, and then all our upgrade cards, which I note all our upgrade cards are the same size as well, so they're the bigger ones. Armada, we're used to the smaller upgrade cards, however, everything is the same size now. So there are all the upgrade cards. I'll go flick through them shortly. You've got your, for starter, you know, your quick access explanation cards for your defense tokens and your commands how to run attacks. Handy for new players. And then we've got our ship cards, which again are the smaller ones. You'll see, so all the cards now in Armada are the same size. So I've got a whole bunch of small card sleeves that are going to be useless. Anyway, all right, let's, I suppose we'll start with the ships. So you get obviously 2 cards of each for the Hardcells. We'll start at first with the Hardcell-class battle refit. So crew, offensive retrofit, defensive retrofit, and turbo laser. 52 points. And then if you flip it over, it's got all the details. 5 hull, blue-black for its AA. 1 command, 1 squadron, 3 engineering. Evade, brace, and redirect. Up to speed 3. And red dice all around. So 3 from the front, 1 from each side. 3 shields on the front, 1 on each side and 2 at the rear. So that's the Hardcell battle refit. Some nice art there too. I know a few Armada purists aren't a big fan of the smaller cards. They like the, you know, the original bigger cards. I actually quite like these. Takes up less room on the table. On this side, you know, you get, I suppose, a fuller art than you get with the bigger cards, and then you just get all the information you actually need on this side without the big art piece and everything like that. So I don't mind these cards. I know there are people that don't like them, but I don't care. I like them. So that's those. You can also get the Hardsell-class Transport, and it's 47 points. 2 crew teams, and again, some nice artwork there. Quite like it. Taken off a couple of them there. So let's put that one over there. Let's have a look. Yeah, much the same. So 1 blue for AA. Difference between this one and the battle is you'll see that there's 1 blue on the front instead of the 3 reds, and then we've got a blue on either side instead of the red. And command value for squadrons is at 2. So, you know, this one's obviously going to be a bit more of a transport. This one's just going to run in and shoot stuff. For anyone that knows the channel, this will suit me quite well. Very hammerheady. My first love. All right, we'll have a look at the Munificent card now. We'll start with the Star Frigate. Again, kind of keeping the same coloration as the battle refit. Some nice artwork there. You can see Y-wing there in the foreground. 73 points for the Star Frigate. Commander, standard stuff, you know, turbo laser towers. This is where we start to have a look. 6 hull and red-black for AA. Brace, redirect, and salvo. Speed 2 only. Command value 2, squadron 2, engineering 4. 2 reds, 2 blues out the front, and then 3 reds out either side and 2 to the rear. As I was saying before, it's quite friendly arc, so you can get quite a few dice out against your opponent. So that's the Star-class frigate. Then the next one is the Comms frigate. 70 points. You can see 5 in the background there. For anyone that's been list building, I think 5 of these looks pretty good. 5 with LTTs. That's about all you need, I reckon. 5 with LTTs and a commander, and you're set. Flip over here. So its AA is 1 red. And then the same armament for the ship. So 2 reds, 2 blues out the front, and then 3 reds out either side. Very red dice dependent, hence why I think we should be stapling LTTs on it. Even AA, you get some long range fire and you can do some really good stuff. So that's the ships. Squadrons. The Vulture-class Droid Fighter Squadron. Speed 4, 3 hull, blue-black anti-squadron, red for ships. It's got this new keyword, so AI, anti-squadron 1. So it reads, while attacking a squadron, if you are activated by a squadron command, you may add 1 die to your attack pool of a color that is already in your attack pool. Quite handy. Get a few squadron commands going. You can add a blue or a black, depending how you feel. And then it also has Swarm. They're 8 points. And then the unique is Hardcell prototypes. It too has the anti-squadron 1 and Swarm. Its ability though is before an enemy ship or squadron at distance 1 moves, you may perform an attack against that ship or squadron even if you are engaged. I like this. I like it a fair bit. So even if, you know, stuff's moving out, you're going to get a free shot even if you're engaged. So get some nice little cheap shots on people that are trying to escape. You know, Psycho Tycho wants to get away from you. You can go for it, but you're going to get a shot as he goes away. So I don't mind that one. All right. What else we got here? So all your sets of 4 objectives. So for red, we've got advanced gunnery, most wanted, precision strike, and opening salvo. Your yellows, we have fire lanes, contested outpost, fleet ambush, and hyperspace assault. Then for your blues, we have intel sweep, minefields, superior positions, and dangerous territory. Most veteran players will already have all of these, but this is a starter set, so anyone getting into the game, good set of missions to get you started. All right, we'll move into some upgrade cards. I think the bulk of these will be new. Just having a quick flick before I get going. Looks like there's probably 2 cards in here that we've seen before, and then all the rest are unique or new. All right, so let's start. Let's start with the generals. Count Dooku there and Kraken, both 30 points. You can see there, Kraken once per activation while a friendly ship is attacking a ship. If another friendly ship is at close medium range of the defender, the attacker may change 1 die to a face with 1 icon and no other icons. I really like that. You're obviously going to be running like mini swarms with these ships, so you're going to have ships close to medium kind of everywhere, so you're going to trigger that a fair bit. And even though you can't take fleet commands yet, you don't need IFF really. You've got this one. You got Kraken there. You've got Count Dooku, who starts with 3 tokens. That's the any token symbol, so you can throw 3 on there. He reads, you must choose at least 2 types of command tokens for this card. At the start of each ship phase, you may discard 1 command token from this card. If you do, each enemy ship gains a raid token matching that command. Surprise attack, essentially, or reverse Thrawn. Handy. He'll be really useful in some lists, but other lists I think he might struggle a bit or not do a whole lot. So I think he's a bit hit or miss. Definitely has a place and he's definitely quite strong. But for me, for some consistency, I think I like Kraken a bit better. But Dooku definitely has a place. And I actually quite like that. That old man sitting there pondering life. Some nice art there. All right, let's have a look at some crew. Got a few crew cards here. So we got Rune Hako. Again, he starts with 2 tokens on the card. Again, that's the any tokens. 4 points. Reads, when you reveal a command, you may choose another friendly ship at distance 1 to 5. If you do, discard a number of command tokens from that ship, this card, or both, to gain 1 matching command token for each discarded token. A bit of token manipulation, always handy if you've dialed up some stuff you don't want. So not bad there for 4 points. Wat Tambor, 5 points. You may spend up to 2 shields from any of your hull zones or any 1 hull zone on another friendly ship at distance 1 to 5 to gain twice that many additional engineering points. Spam your engineering and stay alive. That's what it's all about with these guys. And then we got a couple of T-Series tactical droids. It reads, when you spend only a engineering, nav, or squadron command token to resolve a command, you may exhaust this card. If you do, resolve that command as if you had spent a dial at the same time instead. Exhaustible, 4 points. It's got you need to spend 1 token of any type to refresh. Again, nice little bit of extra oomph if you need it. Bump up those tokens to really be worthwhile. All right, we'll move into so reserve hangar decks. We'll kind of know what that is. Super handy for these guys, I reckon. Just a whole bunch of swarm, spam, vultures. Could be handy. And then the other one we'll kind of aware of is HIEs, or heavy ion emplacements. 9 points. Hasn't changed. It's just exhaustible. All right, you get 2 copies of the Battle Droid Reserves. It's a droid only upgrade. Obviously, Battle Droid Reserves. What else would it be? It wouldn't be Republic. It wouldn't be Rebels. Of course, it's droid only. Anyway, so engineering, you may exhaust this card. If you do, flip any number of your face up damage cards with the crew trait face down. Or discard face down damage cards cost 1 fewer engineering point. So instead of 3 points to get rid of a face down, you're looking at 2. Exhaustible, and to refresh the card, you need to spend an engineering token. 4 points. Hyperwave signal boost. Wow, 3 points. During the squadron phase, when it is your fleet's turn to activate squadrons, you may exhaust this card to choose a number of unactivated friendly squadrons at close, long range, up to your squadron value. This turn, activate each of these squadrons while attacking each of those squadrons with AI are treated as if activated by a squadron command. Handy, because if you remember, this will pair quite well with AI. With the adding an extra die into your attack if you're attacking a squadron. However, during your squadron phase, when your fleet 10. So squadron phase, so you've still got some squadrons. You can activate them as if it was a command instead of just normally during squadron phase. You activate as per normal, so that way you can trigger that AI. Not bad for 3 points. Definitely something worth considering. It is exhaustible, and spend a token, either an engineering or squadron, to refresh it. So you need to be careful with those tokens and really start looking at how you manage your spending of tokens. Reactive gunnery. So 4 points. While defending, you may exhaust this card and spend a ready defense token to resolve a salvo defense effect instead of your token's effect. You cannot resolve salvo defense effect more than once per attack. Handy if you got some tokens that you might not be using for the attack or might not be worthwhile. You know, an evade or something like that. If you don't want the reroll, you just want to shoot them back because they're nearly dead or something. Handy to have. Don't know that you'd use it all the time, but it's definitely a consideration in list building, I think. That's 4 points. You get a couple of copies of the swivel mount batteries, which is a modification. They're 8 points, following the normal turret artwork of pictures of turrets. What a surprise. So it reads, when you reveal a command, you may exhaust this card to choose one of your hull zones and mark it with a focus token. While attacking a ship from that hull zone, add 1 die of any color from an adjacent hull zone's armament to your attack pool. While attacking from the adjacent hull zone, remove 1 die from your attack pool. When you ready this card, remove the focus token. Handy. Might only get 1 shot. You can swivel mount and throw some extra reds around, or a couple of blues. 8 points. Is it worth 8 points? I think I'd definitely fly it if it was a bit lower, but definitely a consideration, I think. Definitely not a staple. I think it's going to be hard to compete with LTTs, especially with the Munificent. So it's in a kind of rough spot. This one, the swivel mount batteries, but I can see its usability. I just don't know if the Munificent is a ship. We might get a large base ship or something that might come out that it might be more useful for. We'll see how we go. Munitions resupply. So you start with 5 concentrate fire tokens on this one, 3 points. After you reveal a command dial step, after you reveal command dial step, yep, read that right. You may exhaust this card and discard any number of concentrate fire tokens from it to choose that many friendly ships at distance 1 to 5 and assign each chosen ship a concentrate fire token. Handy to get some concentrate fire tokens out if you want to concentrate on your engineering or your navs or squadrons. Definitely handy way to get some rerolls happening. Parts resupply, much the same as munitions, except for you're handing out engineering tokens. 3 points. And then we've got some titles. So we'll start with Munificent titles. So you got Tide of Progress for 2 points. Before you are dealt a face-up damage card with a ship trait, you may exhaust this card to discard that damage card without resolving effects. Handy, 2 points. You might not get a lot of them, only 2 points. It's probably just throw it on there to save you that 1 damage card you might get in your 4-game tournament. I think my preferred title, which I think I'll include on any flagship if I'm running the Munificent as a flagship, which you will be doing if you just have this starter fleet. Sa-na-Lor. I probably butchered that, but hey, deal with it. While defending, if you are at speed 2 or higher, you may spend a defense token to resolve the evade defense effect instead of that token's effect. You cannot resolve the evade defense more than once per attack. Handy. Definitely handy, especially long range, where you kind of want to be sitting with this ship with all its reds. Because if you remember, it's tokens, brace, redirect, and salvo. Sitting long range, you might not need the, I don't know, redirect, or you might be out of shields, or you might not want to salvo. You might want to just cancel one of those doubles that they throw at you, that Clint throws at you in particular. So 5 points. Any flagship for me, stapled on with its LTTs. Then we have a look at the Hardsell titles. You got Foreman's Labor for 5 points. Before you suffer damage from an attack, if the defending hull zone has at least 1 shield remaining, you may exhaust this card to reduce the total damage by 1. On your way out, you want some shields. Why not? 5 points. It'll be a consideration. I don't think I'd take it much. Beast of Burden. For a second, I thought it said bourbon, and I got really excited. But hey, it's not. It's burden. When you attack, you may exhaust this card and spend 1 or more of your defense tokens to choose up to that many defense tokens on friendly ships at distance 1 to 3 and ready those defense tokens. 6 points. Definitely handy. If a ship's been hit a fair bit, you whack this one on. Handy again. The smaller ships, I don't know if it's an auto include. I think it would depend on the list you build, but definitely worth thinking about. Out of the two for the hard sells, I don't know if I'm a massive fan of them. I'll consider them. I probably won't take them. Just having a look at these cards as well. Similar to the damage deck in the artwork. Have a look on the outside. Kind of similar coloration, that kind of warm battled look. You know, they're actually quite nice. And quite like them. Yes, I'd probably prefer if they were still the smaller cards for the upgrades. Just makes it easier to, you know, make room. Instead, now you're going to have, you know, bigger ships. You're going to have 3 or 4 upgrades plus the card. You're probably still looking at a similar table space to the big card and small ones. But still, I actually quite like the artwork, so not bad. That's about all that's in the pack. So, nice little starter pack. I like to see these little fleet packs instead of, you know, the original Armada, when you get, you know, well, VSD and Corvette and Neb. You can just get the faction you want, start building. Everything in there you need to play, you know, 200-point game. As I said, you could probably squeeze 300 points out. Not with these cards. I think with these cards, you're probably looking at 200. But if you're a veteran player, you've got plenty of upgrade cards up your sleeve. Easily make a couple hundred, 200 point, push it out to 300 point list. That's about it. Long unboxing, but there's heaps of content to get through. So I'm going to leave it there. So like, subscribe, like us on Facebook, and fly.